Welcome back, everybody. I'm Detrivos, and here we are for another episode of or the first episode, technically. So the last two episodes, if you missed them, part 0, we showed you how to set up, just the general game. Just set up, everything through Lazy Noob Pack, so that way you can get this beautiful texture pack if you want. And then in episode 0.5, we set up the Embark and everything, but now we're here for a proper episode. So, first thing you're going to do, don't die. Pretty hard to do, actually, in the beginning of the game. So first things we're going to do is we're going to look for a nice place to dig into. So it looks like if we hit K, we can actually do the search so we can kind of see, oh, this is a sandy clay wall, as it says way up here. So sandy clay wall, we've got roots here. These are all roots. Looks like we've got trees and stuff. So the first thing we're going to want to do, escape always clears it also, by the way. Space is to resume. We don't want to resume quite yet. First thing we want to do. Over here looks like a good place. Let's go up a couple and take a look. Okay, so... yeah, right in there. So we want to get in here to make our first area. Unless there's... I don't think we saw an area. Yeah, there was... oh, there's a little bit over there. Oh, and there's a... is that a beehive? Oh, I've never gotten into the bees in this game, so we're going to be able to do that too. We're going to learn together. So first thing we're going to want to do, hit the D key. So this is for designations. This is going to be the biggest key you use the most. So D and B are the ones you want to remember. So D, it brings up the yellow thing in the middle of the screen. And then we can either mine if we hit D, or automatically it brings us T for chop down trees. First thing I want to do, I want to designate trees. So all we have to do is make a designation area. So we just go enter for the starting area. We go over. You can hit shift to make it go faster or slower, or faster mainly. And we're just going to chop down all of these trees. That's what we're going to do. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to hit P to gather plants. And is this not doing anything? I don't know. They should do it, theoretically. And we'll let them get started on that. So we'll exit and let them go. So as you can see, the water's flowing and we've got them moving around. How many idlers do we have? 5. So that means some people are going to chop down trees, others are not. Which means, because we actually set up all of the work in the last episode. So let's make our area. Actually, what is this? Is this sand? That is. So we want to make sure that stays there, because then we can gather sand from it. So let's mine. So these right here, these like little carrot symbol things, that means it goes up. That's how ramps work. So you got up ramps, and then you've also got down ramps, I believe. But up ramps go from here up. So that's how they're gonna climb up the areas. I'll explain how that works eventually. But thank you, Progressive. Thank you. All right. So D to mine, and we're gonna mine out a little area, and I wanted to get. Yeah, I want to get in here. So let's see, we go down. We're just going to dig in a little area here. Turns it dark. We're going to go right into there. So we're going to unpause, or no, we have to escape and then we can unpause. You can't pause when you're in a menu. So if you're in the D menu, as you can see, it auto pauses. And then they're blinking, so that means they're going to go mine it out. And we can see kind of what they're doing. So I just want to make sure it's all dirt. All right, good. Looks like it's all dirt. So what we can do now is we can go in here. We're going to do that. We're going to do that to give them doorways. And we can go up here. Shift over 1, down let's see, how many, I want to make this symmetrical. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. X is to clear the designation. All right, that looks good. So now they should go in there and they should mine that out. Looks like we've still got a couple idlers, but once they get this mined out, I'm hoping we don't run into any roots. Okay, what's going on here? So we can hit K if we want. Black sand cavern floor. So we got some sand in here. That's fine. Sand you can plant stuff into. You can plant stuff in dirt, clay, and sand, I believe. So yeah, we're gonna just clear all this area out. Oh, yep, looks like they're fell in the trees. The trees are awesome to see because they do fall, and they can fall on people too. So you want to be careful with that. Oh, and it looks like one of the guys became a miner, so we can see that. And yeah, they're just digging this out. Their digging is kind of annoying because they don't dig like perfectly. So, but all right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the B key. So B brings up all of this stuff, and if I remember right, farm plot right here. P, because we want to plant stuff. That's one of the first things we want to do. Now, UMKH. U extends it, M retracts it, K extends, and H retracts. So we want to make this, we brought 25 plump helmet spawn, so we're going to do something like that. So there, now we've got a plot set up. And then what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing, but we only brought 10 of each of the others, so we're going to do that. And we're going to let them continue mining that out a little bit. All right, and now we can go back to the build menu, plot menu. We can extend it up by that, not like that. And yeah, now we can go back to P. I believe there's a couple crops that we brought. P. And like that. So yeah, we're going to let them do that now. And they'll finish digging everything out. It's all dug out. And we've got just a generic area set up. Now what we can do is we can actually set up a zone. Or not a zone, it's a... what's it called? Burrow. It's a stockpile, so P. P for pile. It's pretty simple to understand there. So... animal stockpile, furniture stockpile. We're just going to set up a generic food stockpile. So I believe that's just F. If I hit F, it should, yep, go over to food. I believe it's... so this is not UMKH. This is to hit enter. We go over. We hit enter again. And that'll mean it's all a stockpile now. And then I also would like... probably just a small furniture stockpile as well in here. These are all going to be temporary. So we'll do a furniture stockpile. That should be good for now. Next thing we're going to want is we're going to want to go to buildings. We're going to want to go down to, I believe it's Shift C? No, not Shift C. Shift W for, no. Just W? Yeah, just W. So that'll get us to our workshops. And the first workshop we're going to want is a still. So we're going to hit L for still. Now, each of the areas here, as you can see, there's a light green and a dark green. Dark green is non-passable, light green is passable. So that means they can walk through it or not. We're just going to put our still right here. And then we have to choose what we want them to make it out of. I'm fine with you making it out of cherry wood. And then they're going to have to build it still. So next thing we're going to want to build is a kitchen. So Z for kitchen, because that makes sense. We're going to put the kitchen right here, and cherry wood logs, why not? And that will set up the basic different things we need there. So we'll hit escape a couple times, and we'll unpause it, and we'll let them get that work done that we've queued up for them. So it's a bit like, if you think about it, it's a bit like, oh, I don't know. It's kind of like oxygen not included in a way. All right. So you might be wondering, all right, now we've got the workshop set up. How do you get them to actually do stuff? Well, you hit Q, and you can add new task. If you hit A, we're going to hit A to prepare an easy meal. So now they're going to prepare an easy meal. Now we could just keep hitting A and A a bunch and render fat. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel these tasks because there's a way to get them to repeat it. You click the R button. So now it's repeatable. We could also, what is it? Repeat, Shift W, Alt W. Haha, workflow plugin. We can click Y. There we go. So you want to hit Alt W, and that'll get us and then just hit Enter for it, or Y. And now we can see if we go to Alt W, that'll bring us to our workflow. So we can go Shift A to add a limit. We'll want to do biscuits of any material, so that's fine. Enter. So we're going to be making a lot of biscuits. Now there's a workflow there, so that way it'll, every time we hit 10, so they'll start making it if it goes below 5. And then they'll make it till we get to 10. So I want more than that. So we can add a limit now. No, we can change the range. So if we do this, we can be like, all right, every time we hit 7 biscuits, I want us to go to 14 biscuits. So you do 7 minus 14, or 7-14. And you just hit enter, and it changes it. And then we can escape out of it. And now they'll do that. Same thing goes with the still. Hit Q, add new task. Now we want to be able to brew a drink from a plant, but we can't because we do not have any barrels, any empty barrels. We need to have empty barrels in order to put stuff inside of it. So we need to dig out a new area. So we're going to go right across. And we'll do something like that. 3 there, 3 there, 3 there. There we go. 3, 3. Am I just stupid? I'm trying to get it so that way we can put exactly 3 in. So 3 there, 3 there. No, I am stupid. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep, I am stupid. So you're gonna hear me hitting the buttons a lot. That's just how you navigate it. Easy. So we'll do that. Actually, no, I'm just stupid. All right, we'll do that. So we'll escape and unpause from that. So now they're going to be tearing a bunch of things in, just carrying it all in into our food stockpile, and now they're going to be digging that out. So yeah. Now what we can do is we can go to B, W, and we're going to build ourselves a carpenter's workshop. So I believe that's just C. And we'll build one right there. Actually, no, we won't. We are going to build it down here, so that way it's actually passable and we can get in. Sand, pear, wood, logs, why not? Next thing we're going to do is going to build a mason's workshop, so we'll just hit M. We'll build that right there. And then finally, another thing we're going to want to build, I believe we'll just want to build maybe a craftsdwarf's workshop. Why not at this point? And now they'll build that as well. So we'll let them tear all that in, bring it in. It'll be nice for now. So that's our masonry, no, that's our carpenter shop. So we're going to go add new task. Ooh, there's a lot of things. So for this menu, we use, you can use plus and minus, or I believe, yeah, not that. So plus and minus. So we want to make a wooden barrel. So we could just hit V, or we can scroll down to it and hit enter. Make wooden barrel, repeat, Alt W, Shift A, barrel of any wood, Shift R, and we only need between 2 and 4 barrels. And these are empty barrels that they're going to use. So it'll only track the empty barrels, not how many we actually have. So we'll escape out of that. And I'm also, while we're here, we're going to want to make a couple beds. So B for bed, R, Alt W, Shift A, bed of any wood, Shift R to change the to change the range. We're going to go 0 to 1. So whenever we have 0, we'll keep 1 on hand. And now they'll do that. Now they're going to make the Craft Dwarf's workshop, and then they'll make. So that's the Craft Dwarf's workshop is where we make all of our crafts. So if we want to make scepters or toys or anything, that's where we're going to make it. And as you can see here, we've got, it looks like Momuz, our carpenter, or our woodcutter and carpenter, he is going to be making, he'll be working on, if we hit Q, the little A button, or the little A thing that has moved to make wooden barrel, it's active. So he's making wooden barrels, which means we can go over here now, I believe. We cannot, because he has not finished making his first barrel. Make your first barrel! Alright, he's done. He's made a barrel. We can add a new task. We can brew drink from plant. We can change that to R, Alt W, Shift A, drink of any material, Shift R. So we want a lot of drinks. So anywhere from 30 to 60. We want a lot of drinks, because if dwarves aren't drinking, then they're not happy. So that's what we do there. And as you can see, it's auto-suspended, because I believe if we hit... what is it? Is it Z for status? If we go in here, we go into kitchen, into drinks, dwarven ale, we have about 60, so we don't need it. And also, we don't want them to cook it. So we can just hit C, and you can see where it says cook, it turns from blue to red. That'll make sure they don't cook it. And we also want to go back to seeds, and we want to make sure... Okay, we don't want them to cook any seeds. It looks like they've actually changed that, though. So that's good. Drinks, meat, you can go ahead and cook. Plump helmets. No, this is what we don't. We do not want them to cook plump helmets. If they cook plump helmets, then we won't get seeds. You only get seeds when you... Or you only get seeds or spawn when you actually... brew it. So we don't want to run out of that. Let's see. Do we have anywhere in here? No, it doesn't look like we've got... It's ratweed. I don't know why we have 4 ratweed on us. Cave wheat, we also don't want to... Or no, it's... I can't remember what it is. I believe it's the pigtail seeds we don't want to actually cook. So, but anyway, this is a nice little area. Whenever you hit Z, it's just the status. So you can look through and you can be like, all right, so I can see the stores. And there's a question mark because we don't know. We don't have an appraiser, or not an appraiser, we don't have one of the nobles. We don't have like the record keeper. So we don't know specifically how many we have, but we do know we have 2 miners, a wood worker, 3 peasants, and a farmer. So that's good. And then you can go through and be like, oh, I want to look at the animals we have, and we can be like, oh, we could, let's do, we'll train the dogs for hunting training. So we'll hit H for each of those, so we can train them to hunt, or we can do W for war training, so we can hunt them or train them. We can actually also train, I believe. No, we can't train them. It won't let us. But yeah, and then you can't train like cats because they're just uninterested. This game really understands cats. We can go back to the stone and we can be like, oh, what's magma safe? Calcite is, cassiterite is. And you can look at all the other stones that you'll find. So if you're ever curious, this will teach you everything about geology that you need to know. This game is amazing. And you can look at our stocks and you'll be like, oh, we've got like 20 armor and 1 anvil. So there's that. And unpause. Let's let them make their stuff. And yeah, and it's also raining. That's what it says behind my face. Right over about here. In the window is where it says rain. So it looks like they're doing their things. We've got 3 idlers, so that's not good. Because idle people are not good. Also, you're carrying a fish now. Okay. So, yeah, we're doing well so far. How long have I been recording? About 20 minutes. I'm going to end this episode here. Kind of showing you, you can chop down as many trees as you want. Honestly, wood is not that big of a deal. Getting down is going to be our biggest bet. Actually, before we end the episode, no, I'll do that next episode. Next episode, I'll explain how stairs work in this game. It's very complex. Not many people... Well, it's not that not many people understand it. It's just that when you're first starting off... Also, have they not constructed an inactive? Why is it inactive? I would prefer, guys, if you actually did your crap that you needed to do. I don't know why they're not doing what they need to do. Also, you can see the cats running around. You can see the dogs running around. Let's take a look. View units, I believe? No. What is it? Jobs list? J. There we go. So we can see what they're actually doing. So, construct building farm plots. They're not actually doing this. For some reason. So it looks like our herbalist is just gathering plants right now. So, because we selected a lot of plants to be gotten. So let's go back into, not there. Let's go back into Dwarf Therapist. This is a good thing to keep open at all times. And we're just going to make another farmer. We don't really have anyone that's good at it. So, who's a peasant right now? Let's read them. Yeah, as you can see, the level goes up very, very quickly. Who is pretty much doing nothing. You. Our cook. You can do all that stuff too. And boom. And then when we unpause, they should actually get doing stuff. Now there is a way to do it all in game, but honestly it's not that good. Oh, and look, now what they're doing is they're actually tilling it. So this has all been tilled now. And now they're working on this one. And that's all been tilled. Now they're working on this one. And they're just going to go through each one of these. They're going to till it all out. Make sure so it's not blinking anymore. Because they've actually done it. They've actually done their work. So now we're just going to hit Q again. And we're going to set everything up to be planted. So first thing we're going to want this one to be... first off, if you hit A, B, C, or D. A is for the autumn. Or A is for spring. B, summer. C, autumn, and D, winter. So we're in spring right now, so what do we want them to plant? This one right here, we're going to have them plant some quarry bushes. This one will have them plant sweet pods. This one, dimple cups. This one, more quarry bushes. Oops, wrong button. Let's let him finish his, it takes longer to till longer or bigger things. And then here we're going to go down and we'll set it to plump helmets. So now for summer. Again, plump helmets. C, again, plump helmets. D, again, plump helmets. Now you can just hit shift and then enter, I believe. And that will make sure all of the seasons will be... Yeah, shift and plus enter is all seasons. Here... We've got quarry bushes during the spring. Summer, I'm going to put down... Ooh. This one we'll do quarry bushes again. C, we'll do, again, quarry bushes. And D, dimple cup. Or, no, dimple cups. Here, we're going to go to B. We're going to go down to cave wheat, C, cave wheat, D, dimple cups. This one, B, I believe we had sweet pods in this. We're going to do sweet pods again. C, we're going to do pigtails. D, we're going to do plump helmets. B for this one, we're going to go down to pigtails. C, we're going to do pigtails. D, we're going to do plump helmets. And now we've set it up. And now what they're going to do is they're going to go through and they're just going to plant everything. Also, it looks like we have another thing here. What's this? A colony of ants. So, ooh, joy. So as you can see, they're going to go through, everyone's going to go through, I believe, and just plant everything that they need to. No, just both of our herbalists are. Oh, and it looks like our masonry workshop has been made. So yeah, slowly things will get done. As you can see now, if we go to K, these two have been planted. So they'll plant things over time. Actually, if we go into Dwarf Therapist, that's not Dwarf Therapist, this is, I believe we can make everyone farmer, but I don't want to do that. So we're not. We can reread the dwarves, and people are getting better at what they're doing. People get better at what they're doing automatically. You know, if they've been doing it long enough, even if they started off as a 0, they get better slowly. So we're just going to let people plant things and get stuff done. What's going on down here? Looks like they're just hanging around. So I'm going to end the episode here now that we've actually gotten stuff planted. Next episode, we'll explain how stairs work. We're going to go down, we'll try to find the aquifer, because there is an aquifer here. We might set up a fishing area so that way people don't starve to death, because they will probably starve to death. Not a common problem, honestly, but it might happen. And yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Hit that dislike button if you disliked it for whatever reason. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, subscribe if you want to see any more of this. I'll be doing a pretty long series here. We're going to go through everything, make sure that you guys know how it works. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Also, don't forget to download the world as is from the description down below. So yeah.